Now, I love my Jag. I love the power, speed. It's just such a nice car to drive. There is one big issue with it. It's a V8 and it sounds like this. Now, to fix this solution, I bought something. I've bought a pair of exhaust valves, which are these, and the idea is that it fits in your exhaust whichever way round you want, and when you push a button on a remote, sends a signal to this little motor, opens up that little valve there, little butterfly, and you get more noise. I planned perfect place for them is here. There's loads of space. I was slightly concerned that they wouldn't be loud enough there. It wouldn't make much difference, but I think the amount of back pressure in the back box is giving off should exit there quite nicely. The other option I did have, with a bit of work, they'll fit in the transmission tunnel here. It would be really tight, and possibly affect ground clearance. So I am going to fit them here today. It's easy enough, it's a nice straight bit of pipe, and if it doesn't work, it's easy enough to put back together again, because I've just got to put a bit of pipe in. I quite like the idea of being able to push a button, make it louder, push a button and it's quiet again. So on those long journeys, we can have a proper Jag drive, and for the car shows or just having a bit of fun, push a button, nice V8 sound. I'll show you what's in the box. Obviously I've already pre-assembled some of these. You get your valve, a couple of gaskets, and on that end there, I'll put that on the floor. You also have an end that you can adjust whichever way you want, so the exhaust flows down and doesn't burn anything. I suppose if it's near your bumper, you've got a clamp, proper clamp for that as well. A control box, obviously that's done off of a remote. You can have it done via a cigarette lighter. So that's your remote. It's just literally a open and close 2-button remote. My plan for this, I'm going to try and wire them in together. So on here you've literally just got, I'd have to pull it apart to rewire it, but there's 2 wires. And I'm hoping to use one control box to operate both wires. I don't know how well that'll work. And eventually what I'd like to see, if it does work, is wire it into the sport button. So every time you press the sport button on the gearbox, it'll open the valves, done through a relay. Obviously I need to get it working first. So I am going to I'm going to measure up, cut the exhaust as I need. I've also bought sleeves, got these exhaust sleeves, 4 of them. So again, it's not going to look pretty to start with, but it should be pretty functional, hopefully. Right, I've cut a couple of bits off. This bit here came off the back box. That little section there come off of the centre pipe, which I might still take a little bit more off. It's all sort of roughly, loosely where it goes. The exhaust obviously will sit down there somewhere, so it looks a bit more standard. But that all fits, doesn't look like it's touching anywhere. Yeah, and then the little tailpipe can sit down there like that. Totally hidden, lose a little bit of ground clearance on the rear, but that shouldn't be a problem. I've never really had an issue with ground clearance on this before. Yeah, so I'm actually tempted to just do that one, and then I'll do that one afterwards, because I want to know if this works. Right, we've got all the wires under there. They're kind of hanging down a bit. Not too pleased about that. I will tidy that up in a moment. I've got some sticky pads I should be able to stick to the boot floor and cable tie them out of the way so they're nice and high and out of the way. This is what we've got left inside the boot, which is all the wires coming through one grommet, which is conveniently located there. There's plenty of space underneath the fuse box, and I've got some spare little spade terminals. I think you can just about make them out there. They've got 12 volts. Just checked that with the multimeter. It shouldn't cause a battery drain. The motors are only turning every time you push the button just to open and close the flaps. So I don't think that will cause any issues. Like I said, the space underneath the fuse box. I should be able to put all the wiring under there out the way. Possibly put the control unit under there as well. And in terms of joining these together, not that one, it's that one there. So this is what those wires connect to. Obviously I've got 2 wires there and only 1 here. What I'm hoping to do is actually join the 2 together in there. That means that we should be able to run both motors off of 1 control unit and 1 fob. Longer term, like I said, what I'd like to do is run it off of the sport mode switch. So we're driving along, la-di-la-di-la, we push sport mode. There we go, light comes on. Normally you get, just changes the gear change point, so it changes gear much later. But it would just be nice to have it all linked to that. So that's my plans at a later date. There obviously is power getting there, so it should be enough to switch a relay, which should be enough to, these are only small wires, should be enough to switch that on. So I'm gonna get all this fitted. I'm gonna temporarily, I think what I'll probably do is just cut the wires and just wedge them in there for now. There's plenty of space in there that we can do that as a trial, and then I can solder them on if it all works. Okay, we're looking much tidier. As the wires come through, a bunch together there, they will go under here. Control unit also fits under there, which is perfect. I actually Scotch locked the 2 wires together. It shouldn't cause a problem, hopefully. If it does, obviously, like I said, I can solder them in. Terminal is in there. The positive terminal runs around the back of all the wiring here. I've grounded it out on nut here, which is actually for the battery clamp that I don't have. Mine snapped, but that works perfectly for that. So all that's left to do now is try it. So this is standard. Close it off. Open up again. Quiet. I'm going to say that's worked well. That is a success. Can't wait to hear it out on the road. We've got the valve open. And it sounds awesome. Right, let's get it put it in. This kit cost me, I think it was about £125 for the pair of valves, and as you saw, not too bad a job to fit. I have left all of the wire, just in case anyone does wonder, I've left all the wire there because I want to wire it into the sport button, like I said earlier in the video. It would be quite nice to be able to hit the sport button, and not only do you get later gear changes, you get V8 noise. It makes it easy to turn on off as well. Don't have to carry a little remote that I've had to strip into bits around with me. So we're coming up to some walls. Hopefully you can hear that. And just to give a demonstration, if I close the valve again, nothing, it's just engine noise. Open. V8 again. It's probably a poor section of road to try it on, really. There's a lot of people, a lot of cars. But yeah, no, really, really pleased. I'll put links in the description below to the valve, where I got the valves from. They are available from Amazon, eBay, all sorts of places. Nice to have a new toy. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, think about hitting the subscribe button, like the video. I've got plenty of other videos like this. Check them out.